This is my very crappy, at the moment, D100. I have a swap idea for it. Most people won't like, but I'll find it. I have an idea. Not the cleanest old truck ever either. But it has really, really good bones. As far as like frame and body wise. I mean, the body, there's definitely better trucks. I'll tell you that right now. Because it does have rot. And the bed has so much trash in it. And this is what happens when you do that to these old D100s. Dodges. Yeah. I have plans to cut a hole in the floor out of another truck and probably swap this one out. But as far as the truck itself goes, it is not bad. Now this is the door that is foo-bolted. This truck was like 10 different colors at one point. I rattle canned it black. You can see here it's blue, there's green, all kinds of weird colors on this truck. I'm mostly painted all back black. This dash leaves plenty to be desired. Even in the 70s, the Dodges had crappy dashes. Yeah, just been kind of left for the dead, as you can tell. But the engine swap ideas for this will be coming soon, because I have a fun one. As soon as I get my motor and trans for this guy squared away, there'll be people that hate the idea, there's people that love it, and there'll be people that tell me just to get this running. If you know what I know about this motor in its current situation, and how much time and money I'll be spending to only maybe get at max 300 horsepower, you'll understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. For the money, etc., etc. Like I said, guys, it ain't a bad truck at all. Inner fenders, they're dirty, yes. There's the original metallic green coming through. This is a different metallic green that someone had swapped on it years ago. This course port and this hood are from a different truck. They're green, but they're almost like gold. This dark green metallic here, on the other hand, the phone's not having a hard time picking up. Oh yeah, I love that color. It's what I originally loved about the truck. It was a shame that the bed, a whole bunch of other stuff was swapped on it too. These fenders are original color, the cab's original color underneath. This has been so sunbaked, there is no... When I originally got the truck, this still had reminiscences of the original color. Not no more. That's why that's one of the few pieces that wasn't painted. The bed had been rattle canned so many times. Why they didn't rattle can the cab and the bed, because there was just spray paint all over this freaking thing. Tailgate, not original to the truck, I don't think. It's beat to death anyway. Uh-oh. It could be. But the mold and everything alone. Not the original bumper. I'm probably going to do a roll pan. Yeah, I'm that guy, and this is kind of that truck because unless I can find me a cool old school like farm style bumper, not going to happen. I'm not going to keep that big belonging thing. I'm probably going to keep the steel wheels though. I'm a pretty big fan of steel wheels on older trucks, especially the way I'm going to be building this one. That right there. That's why I love these trucks. That grill. I love that big giant polished grill. I love the bumpers on these. I love the way the hoods got like these little indentions. I don't know what exactly you call them. Scallops, I guess. I'm not for sure. But love the bird bath hood. Everybody's like, why is it called bird bath? Water holds in there. If I hadn't opened the hood a minute ago, you would have literally seen the bird bath effect. I don't know, there's just something about these trucks that I love. And I literally have a factory short bed dual drive. So yeah, dying to be a hot rod like style inspired truck already. The way I'm swapping the steelies out is if I get some slot mags, which, you know, ain't an idea. But time to break the news. It's probably going to get an LS swap because they're so cheap around here and so plentiful. Modern Hemi swap is in the cards, possibly if I can find one cheap enough. But I can LS swap this, guys, for probably under $3,000 if I do my cards right. Like, that's buying engine, transmission, everything. And I mean everything. But I'll be using like factory ECUs and stuff like that. Of course, most of the interior gauges would be useless, but I'm not too concerned with that. A lot of guys would just be like, oh, just buy a C10 at that point. So yeah, I could. Or I could fix the truck I got. Because not many people will trade a C10 for one of these. And I really like this truck. That's my other thing. Because it is just got that look. It doesn't, it's just got this old like blacked out menacing look that I was going to sell it a few times. I was actually going to trade it for a motor for my Chevelle. But the more I looked at it one day, the more I was just like, I think I'll just keep it. Because I do like to hoard things. I'm a fan of the peep mirrors. I don't necessarily like those exact ones. I stuck them on there because I got them cheap, but they're not my favorite in the world. Yeah, there's the old d100, 1978. It's been around the family a handful of times, and I ended up with it. Been running at least 4 different times from 3 different people at least. There is drama behind it, so there's that. Going for it as well. The drama will be something else to deal with. Well, I do like the old truck, as I've said. One of those little aluminum things are on the inside of the bed. I had one of those roll-up beds for like a 90-something in here that roll up and you can lock it and, you know, just can get it in and out. I had it held up here with these, and I didn't. After I put it all up and designed these little things to sit in here and hold it, I didn't like it. I'd rather just do something else like that. Fabricate my own. Do something else. Didn't really care for it. And the funny part is I've had this motor in here running a couple times, but we've done some questionable things on it. And then last time we had it running, it was a complete dog. And I'll be honest with you, it needs head gaskets. It probably needs a new set of heads. And further inspection of the 318, it's out of a motorhome. Okay, it's one of the weird ones. The ports on the cylinder heads are swapped on these guys on the motorhome engines. So, yeah, and it's a small block. So it's kind of a weird engine. Yes, there's an Edelbrock intake on it, but it is not. It doesn't seem to like the Edelbrock intake at all. I don't know if it's leaking elsewhere, but it's making other bottom end noises, stuff like that. Why does every one of my old cars do this? I swear. One of these windshield wipers, every one of my older cars has done that. The Trans Am, my Chevelle does it exactly like that right now, but I think it's the driver. And my GTO did it. And the D100 doesn't. The Toyota doesn't do it because I've monkeyed with it a lot, and I've made sure to keep it that way from doing stuff like that. Oh yeah, what do you guys think of lowering this thing? I really want the front end lowered. Or, I mean, rear end lowered a lot more. I know it doesn't have the right size tire up front, but I think leveled out at least on this truck would look great. I would like to almost be tucking that tire right there on the lower spectrum. I would like to have this one my first modern engine swap with Ellis. You know, I'd love to learn how to do air ride suspension, put this on bags. I think that would be cool. It'd be chopping this truck up a lot, but we're already going to be doing heinous things to this truck anyway, so that may be in the cards to do to this one. But little walk around of the 78 Dodge D100, one of my favorite vehicles in my fleet, even though it's been one of the most neglected projects, period, sadly, because there's some other issues going on with it that I've got to call around and find out about, but I'm pretty sure they'll go my way very smoothly. That it's going to involve those doors not belonging to the title, and the doors is where the VIN numbers are on those trucks, but it does have the VIN number on the frame still. So, yeah. Not 1,000% sure what all to do there. Call the DMV, I guess, is what I'm going to end up doing. Oh, yeah. It doesn't say it on it anywhere anymore, but apparently this is some kind of limited edition truck. I don't really understand how it could be, but supposedly it's a 78 D100 limited edition. The only thing I can figure I was told it was originally inline 6, 3 on the tree. And it's like a base, like bare bones, nothing truck too on that. Like no AC, I don't even think it came with a radio. It's been modified over the years to have a V8, the auto, etc. I think it still even has the clutch pedal in the truck, which is cool. Let me see. We can see the small pedal in there. I don't know if, let's open the door again. Let's do my jankiness. I love these little things. Love them. Okay, let's see where. Yeah, there it is. Oh no. Get some bed on it. Boom. Clutch pedal. There's your gas pedal rod. Here. There's your idea. Let's see, but that's what that was there for to begin with. Gauges I put in and never hooked up. Old Edelbroken sticker coming off. Michigan USA sticker. That's cool. Look at the headliner in this thing. This is better than 90% of the vehicles I own. Yeah, I have been told, because my family's owned this truck since basically new, that is accurate. The only reason the needle is doing that, like you see it is because that needle's out of like a Chevy, and I've literally just got it popped on there. Yeah, because this whole dash had fallen down so bad at one point that the needle rotted off. Like, I think the lens is off the fuel one. Then we got aftermarket stuck in there. Then we got the 3 Sun Pros down here. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's got a wiggle stick pedal. It'd be cool if we get one in here. Get one right about there. Think of this thing with about 600 horsepower and a manual. An old work truck. I think it'd be fun. And the wrong power plant ended up together. Nope, don't do that. I think it'd be fun. Tell me what you guys think. Just short little video. Looking her over, bent bumper. It, like I said, it's beat up. Needs a windshield. Yeah. Needs rust repair here, there, everywhere. Like everything else of mine, I've got plenty of projects, not enough time or the money to do it. Figured I'd throw a video out there today because I ain't got much going on. And it's very dirty. Whoa. There's some of that paint sneaking through that fender right there. Yeah. I didn't paint this thing very well. I'll tell you that right now. I think the bed's the best thing sanded down on the whole truck. Like I said, this green is lighter than that green, and I really think that's more of a gold. I'm calling it green, but I think it's more gold. And I do know, even through this paint, there's like a pinstripe, like right through here somewhere. I can probably see it somewhere. This is a different door. This was a two-tone door. It was blue, silver. Yeah. The roof was completely sunbaked, which it's getting pretty rough again. Too now, I think it's getting rust in it pretty rough. But I'd like to get this thing going here in next year or so. Have me a fun little toy. Because my dream of this thing was just to have the all-around shop truck. I don't know if I'd paint it for a long while after I get it running, but I think it'd just be cool to have it going. And I was thinking the modern power plant would be really fun, because I never have done one, and I just want to try it. And this is probably my number one contender because I have no other engine for it other than what's in there, and I know that one needs more work than what I'm really wanting to put into that one, and it would cost me at the yin yang for it. 2, it's the right style truck. It's really my favorite era of trucks. Mid to late 70s, they were great all the way across the board. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, all of them. Great trucks, amazing. They looked great. Best styling of trucks in probably history, other than like the late 60s. Like as far as like modern-ish looking trucks, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like the stuff in the 50s and stuff, but this stuff right here, this era truck, probably my favorite. But thanks for watching Webb's Automotive, guys. Thanks for looking at my junk. And please watch again. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me whatever. Throw me a comment down there telling me my junk is not worth it. Don't LS swap it. Don't do this. Just tell me. I'm just throwing these projects out here to kind of document them. Enjoying myself while doing it, trying to. And I try to not edit my videos as little. I want to edit my videos as little as possible. No music, none of that. Because it gives you like a real kind of feel of everything. Like, you know, you hear the birds chirping. You see all the grass. You hear the crows over there in the distance. See the field over there. Yeah, you get the idea. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. One more last view of it. See y'all later, hopefully again. And thank you.